Hi, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of Dad Gym Life. I am Bill Hassler, and today we're going to talk about the time I made my kid cry and why it was good. I want to preface this story by saying if you are watching this video because you think you're going to see a child cry, you could probably stop. Apparently, there's like a whole portion of the internet who just looks up videos of kids crying because they like it, and that's weird. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. A few weeks ago, my son had gone over to his cousin's house, and upon returning, I noticed that he had a very nice, very new Lego minifigure that did not belong to him. And so I asked him about it, and I asked him about it, and I asked him about it. And finally, he told me the truth. It was his cousin's. Obviously, I already knew that it was his cousin's because you know when a new toy shows up in your house that wasn't there before. So this has happened before, and the consequence that we'd done in the past was that he had to return the stolen item, but he also had to kind of pay a ticket by giving away one of his toys, one of his Lego minifigures. Well, when I started talking to him about what the consequence would be, he went and grabbed a Lego minifigure and handed it to me and said, "Give him this one." And it was a good one. It's not like he gave something that was kind of bottom of the barrel. It was one that he actually liked, but there was no pain associated with it. It was merely transactional. Sorry, officer, I was speeding. I'll pay the ticket. And I didn't want stealing to be something that was transactional. And I had to think about what a good consequence would be because that consequence didn't mean anything to him. So I said, you know what? Why don't you keep that Lego? And he got a little excited, but you could see that he was also a little cautious that something else was gonna happen. And I thought about it for a moment, and he had been talking all week about a friend's birthday party that he had been wanting to go to. And I told him, I said, you know that party that you've been really excited to go to? Well, tomorrow during the party, we're gonna drive over to your cousin's house, and we're gonna return the Lego that you stole. And that's your consequence. You do not get to go. And it's not like I had thought about this for a long time. It was spur of the moment. I was just thinking, probably in the course of 10 or 15 seconds, I came up with this consequence. Well, he fell on the ground and was crying and weeping and wailing. And he was saying, "You're ruining my life. You're the worst dad ever." And mind you, he's 8, right? But this was maybe the worst thing that I could have done to him, and it was hard as a parent. You know, I laugh a little bit now, but it was really hard to stick by and say, you know what, I'm sticking with this consequence. And I mean, he was yelling at the top of his lungs, "I'll do anything, I'll do anything, I'll do anything." And the sarcastic side of me wanted to say, well, build a time machine, go back in time, and don't steal that thing, because that's the only thing to be done. And but I didn't say that. Instead, I let him calm down for a few minutes, and then we sat down, and I pulled out some toys that we had lying around in his room, and I pulled out my phone because he likes my phone because it has games on it. And I said, "Which of these is your favorite?" And obviously, he pointed to my phone. And I said, "Let's say that you stole something. You're never allowed to have this phone again, okay?" I was like, this is hypothetical. This is just for the story. This is just so you understand. You are going to be able to play with my phone someday. I was like, "What's your next favorite?" And he showed me his next favorite. I was like, "Well, let's say you steal again. Well, you can't ever have this thing again." And we went through and we kept taking away toys. And finally I said, "What options do you have left?" And he said, I don't have any options left. And actually, he had a toy that he had been playing with in his hand that hadn't been a part of the conversation. He said, "Well, I have this toy." And I said, "Except when you steal things, not only do you lose your options, but you also lose what you have. So I'm going to need that." And he put it in my hand, and it really hit home with him. He understood it. Now, that has not been the end of his sticky finger problem. he has a little bit or a lot of bit of ADHD, and impulse control and stealing are common issues with ADHD. And so we know that this is something that we just have to be consistent with. Again, I want to start a conversation. So what do you guys think? Was I too mean? Was I not mean enough? Are there any other suggestions that have worked for you in disciplining your kids? And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you haven't seen it yet, you can watch my video on why you need to work out here, and my video on Am I a Bro here. Thanks for stopping by, and we will catch you next time.
Watch the videos.